to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I've been excited to do this episode for a while. A long time ago, a man named Gary Vaynerchuk did a thing called Wine Library TV. He retired from that program. I used to watch it quite a bit. I thought it was pretty cool. In fact, one of my friends said, Stan, you got to watch this guy. He reminds me a lot of you. And I watch him and I go, dang it. This guy, of course, he's very into technology and all that. And he started this wine program, one of the first really successful wine programs on YouTube. Well, he retired. He started doing VaynerMedia. He does all this stuff. He's a motivational speaker. And, of course, he's famous for telling everybody he wants to buy the jets. Well, in the meantime, he's done a project called Empathy Wines. He's done it with a few of his partners. And the idea behind this is that they go from farmer to the market, to the buyer. No in-between man. They don't have a distributor who goes to a retailer who then sells it to the customer. That's called the three-tier system. It's all over the United States. So his concept is to just, negotiate with farmers, get the fruit, have the wine made, and then pass it on to us. And he had a big campaign, and of course I just thought, this is going to be cool. I will subscribe and get the three. I got 3 6-packs. The red hasn't arrived yet. That's okay. I have here a rosé and a white wine. So I'd like to review them because, Gary, big wine guy, wine library. He got out of the wine, but he's still into it. Obviously, he's still into it. I think he even tried to shoot a couple of episodes of Wine Library TV after he had retired. I didn't think they were the same. He kind of lost his chops a little bit on the video screen. Now, when he was promoting these wines, he was talking about them being a really good value, great wines at a great price. Well, just to be right up front, they're $27 after they were shipped to me. It came out to $27 a bottle. Now, I don't know about you, but $27 a bottle is not an everyday price for a guy like me. I like to stick in the 15 and under range for everyday wine. So they're not super expensive. They're certainly not in the $40 to $80 range, but they're still not what I would call inexpensive wines. But I'm very excited to review them, and the first one we're going to do is the 2018 California White Wine by Empathy. Produced and bottled by Empathy Wines, Napa Valley. 13% alcohol, and it rolls in at, $25, but you have shipping thrown in there as well. So it comes out to about $27 a bottle. Now, my first, not pet peeve, but there's no mention of what grapes are used in here. That is something that always bothers me. I like to know what grapes are in there, and I've asked my followers, you guys, how you feel about that, and most of you agree it is nice to know what grapes are in there. It doesn't have to be percentages, but what are you using in this wine? $27, Empathy white wine from California. Now, it smells a little bit like Chardonnay to me, so there might be some Chardonnay in it. I could be wrong. But I get a little melon notes. I get that kind of Chardonnay smell. I get a little bit of apple and some peach notes. And it's interesting, but a lot of times with white wines I get like a coconut skin thing going on, and I'm getting a little bit of that with this. Now, I will say during Wine Library TV's heyday, Gary used to get very angry when people chilled their wines. And it was always something I kind of disagreed with him on, because when you, the consumer, buy the wines, you, the guys watching, you like to chill your wines. So when I review the wines, I would want to review them the way you're going to drink them. And I think I mentioned this before. I want you to know what the wine's going to be like when you drink it. Now, there are some of you out there that maybe drink your whites closer to room temperature. It definitely expresses the wine a little bit better aromatically, and sometimes you get more flavors. But I like to review the wines the way the majority of you are going to drink them. So a little bit of peach, a little bit of coconut skin. Get a little bit of apple. Let's see what we get on the palate. A nice viscosity on the palate. You get that kind of richness. It reminds me a little bit of a Viognier. You get that kind of Viognier viscosity on the palate. And then it gets really, really dry. Kind of an interesting little transition on the palate. I get that peach, kind of mango apricot thing right on the back end. I get that coconut skin thing kind of sneaks in on the very back side of the palate. Nice weight on the palate, nice balance, pretty smooth, nice and dry, but still has great flavors to it. It's a good wine. I think Gary's team did a good job building this wine. $27. Is that a fair price? Not too sure. I'd be more comfortable at about 18 bucks for a wine like this. But it certainly is at a level. It reminds me a little bit. Now I'm going to be fair. $27 is probably an okay price. $25 is where they're shooting for. Yeah, I guess you can't count shipping on that, even though I would because it's my money. It reminds me a little bit of a Condrieu. And a Condrieu is a basically a Viognier from the Rhone Valley. It has that kind of flavor to it. I'm fairly impressed. I'm going to go A- on that. I think it's a good wine. Is it fairly priced at 25 bucks? I think, yeah, I think so. Because Condrieu, if you get Condrieu from the Rhone Valley, you're going to pay $50+ for that wine. So, yeah, nice dry finish, long finish. I like it. I'm going to go A-. Well, I guess I should have a dump bucket for the leftovers. Be right back. That part I didn't take into consideration. I don't want to drink the whole glass. Anyway, A-, nice work, Mr. Vaynerchuk. Now, let's move on to his rosé. Actually, you know what? No. To rinse my glass. See, this is the part. It's just a floor. There you go. Just a cement floor. Not gonna hurt anything, right? All right. Empathy California Rosé Wine 2018. And again, rolls in. I think they're shooting for 25 bucks. There you go. Let's see what we get on the nose. Get a lot of strawberry, a little bit of rhubarb coming through. Interesting. I don't know what it is with this coconut skin, but that seems to be coming through. I'm going to put a dump bucket over here. I'm not going to spit in it, but I got to have something to dump in. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I was doing the can wine episode, so I just left the cans there. I got one right here. Yeah, get that strawberry rhubarb. I get just that touch of coconut skin, you know, not coconut, but you know, like the real deal, you know, just a little bit. But lots of strawberry. Let's see what we get on the palate. Solid fruit, but nice and dry. A little bit of minerality, which I'm impressed with. I get a little bit of white pepper on the backside, which is interesting. Good balance. So I get strawberries, a little bit of plum. The rhubarb comes through big time on the backside. Nice and dry. There's even a little herbal component coming through. Now, that being said, it's $25 to $27 with that little freight charge and all the taxes and everything. But 25 bucks, let's say 25 bucks. Now, there's a lot of rosé out there that you can get for less than $20 that is as good as this one. And this is good rosé. It is very good. But we have a ton of Washington rosé. For instance, Tranche Cellars has a really nice rosé for $17. This has good weight to it. You could go Bayat Rosé, which is about $22, still up in the upper range. X Rosé, all those are really good rosés. This is good. I just think it's a little bit overpriced. I like the flavor profile. I like the rhubarb. I like the strawberry. I like that tiny bit of white pepper hit. Nice long finish, nice and dry, a little bit of minerality, all very solid things. Just slightly overpriced. I'm still going to go A- because it is very solid rosé, very well made. Now, I would have liked to have been rougher on these just because, you know, it's scary. But I can't be. I have to be honest, these are really good wines. It's empathywine.com if you're interested in looking at buying any of these wines. They're solid. They're solid. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just hit the subscribe button. It's easy. Then you'll know when I have my next episode. Third one in a row since I kind of came back. So this will be up on Tuesday. This is Monday night. I'm shooting this right now. I'll load it up for Tuesday viewing. Yeah, thanks for your support. You keep watching. And I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.